Today we are going to take a deep dive into the life of Rowan Arnold's. We are going to look at his early life through the present day. We are going to look back and see exactly what went wrong in Rowan's life. Follow me on this journey to see who Rowan really is and his backstory. Jeremiah Aronholz was born in 2007. His actual birthday is unknown. He has a mother and father whose names are also unknown, but not too long into his life, his grandma, whose name is also unknown, took full custody of Jeremiah due to his mother's drug use and his father being absent for unknown reasons. Rowan stated in one of his Snapchat stories that he was angry at his father for not being there for 13 years. Rowan being 15, we can assume that his grandma took custody of him sometime around 2 years old or early toddler years. Rowan would then grow up with his grandma, living with her up until his middle teenage years. It was during this time that Jeremiah began to question his sexuality. Jeremiah eventually concluded that he wanted to be transgender and wanted to change his name to Rowan. He wanted to come out to his family, but he didn't know how, and he was scared. Before he came out to his family, he came out to his baseball team, coming out as Rowan Arnold's. Some short time after that, he came out to his grandma, stating that he wants to be a girl and he wants to have sex change surgery. The following is his grandma's actual reaction.
Can we talk for a minute? This is something serious.
What?
It's hard for me to say this, but I want to be trans.
What does that mean?
Transgender. I'm not comfortable in a male body.
Okay.
It's something I've been thinking about ever since June ended, ever since Pride Month ended. And I told Mom, and she's like, "Take your time. I don't even know what she said, but
Don't cry, sweetie. There's nothing wrong with that. Come here.
I didn't know if you would accept me or not."
Oh, I think about this a lot, and it's not cheap, you know.
I know.
Wow, and it's not cheap, you know. Such strong words from such a woman. Let's get back to it. Sometime after coming out as trans to his grandma, he decided that he didn't want to be trans anymore, and he wanted to be non-binary. He didn't want a sex change surgery anymore, so instead of being he, his, he decided to change his pronouns to they, them. Rowan stated that he came up with the name Rowan while he was listening to a song by Nicki Minaj that said, "Take your pills, Roman." It got him thinking, and from Roman, he came up with Rowan. It is likely that Rowan came out to his grandma as trans during the summer of going into high school, and also in that same summer wanted to be non-binary as well, because in middle school he was just Jeremiah. With Rowan's early life down, let's take a look at his high school years and the tragedy that struck. Rowan's first year of high school was rough. He went through a lot in this year. The constant bullying and depression got to him. Rowan will express his feelings on his Instagram stories and his Instagram page, along with his Snapchat stories. It was at this time that he drew the attention of two friends, Valentine and Noah. These two would constantly ridicule him, but mostly not to his face. Mostly to themselves, but they would occasionally join his Instagram lives and troll him. At first it was subtle, but Rowan caught on to this, making him more depressed. It was around this time that Valentine and Noah met a new friend, Ryan. These three would continue to ridicule Rowan, but not to his face. Rowan eventually realized that no one really likes him, and everyone takes him as a joke. Rowan at this point drew the attention of almost everyone in the school. People were making fun of him left and right, which didn't help but fuel his depression and anxiety. Rowan did have friends though, but not many, and they were also outcasts. No one really talked to them, and for one example would be Fish Fingers, the guy who fingered his girlfriend in the fucking lunchroom. With his school life only getting worse, what does it come next really sent him over the edge. On April 20th, 8:30 a.m., Rowan's grandma lost her battle with cancer. It was truly a sad time for Rowan. He didn't have much at this point, and he was forced to live somewhere else. Where is unknown. Rowan is still living at that unknown location, so my best guess is that it may be his mother's or father's. But one thing is for sure, Rowan is not happy. He has posted on his Snapchat and Instagram that he may be moving out of Minnesota. Where is unknown, but wherever he ends up, he will still be the same that he was here, unless he can find some way to change his life and stop posting things on his Snapchat stories that no one cares about. If he doesn't figure out why people don't like him, he will never change. I, for one, feel bad for him, and many others do too. But many others are just relentless and only care about his existence to make fun of him. I can see where people are coming from, but I, for one, truly do feel bad for him and hope he's able to fix his life.